Welcome to the Royal Calcutta Turf Club for the Calcutta Races Spring Meeting, second day, Saturday, 8th February 2025 race preview. The first race of the afternoon is the Oakmead Handicap for horses rated 1 to 26 to be run over a distance of about 1600 meters. We got 6 runners going to pose for the opening event. The first 2 runners we are looking at is Amadeus and Sun God. They raced together in race number 93, where Amadeus, who was racing in 4th spot, this was Amadeus' 4th start of the season and has been unplaced in all 4 starts. Here Amadeus, after being in 4th spot, then finished on 5th. Sun God, who was racing in 2nd spot, found a second win and eventually came to strongly challenge Cristaldo and eventually got the race by length and 3/4. Sun God today again the mount of Vinay Jaswal and Amadeus ridden by Nikhil Naidu. Number 2 is Macchiato. The start we are looking at is from the current season in race number 69. This was the second start Macchiato had. Earlier started in race number 16, finished on 6th. Here Macchiato travelled in 11th spot, then made some very late gains and eventually got into 4th spot. 4th of 14 runners. The winner here was Indian Jack. Macchiato today the mount of R. Paibab, drawn 4. Number 3 is Banduk Wali. Had a couple of starts during the monsoon season. This season started the race in race number 80, where was the favourite, was in 2nd spot, then came up with a run, but Intense Belief, who had a long lead, Banduk Wali could not catch the winner, but did the next best thing, finished on 2nd. Again, the mount of Imran Chisti is Banduk Wali, drawn 1. Indian Tiger, My Way or Highway, both ran together in race number 87. This was the 6th start for Indian Tiger. This was definitely the best start, where Indian Tiger was the favourite but was leading the pack until the last 250 meters, where found something and stayed on in place money. My Way or Highway, this was the 2nd start for My Way on Highway after coming down from Hyderabad. Earlier start finished on 11th of 12 runners. Over here, My Way or Highway finished on 13th of 13. Moving on to the second race of the day, the Philippines Cup for horses rated 41 to 66, 21 to 46, eligible to be run over a distance of about 1600 meters. We got 4 runners going to pose for this one. The first runner we are looking at is Multi-Starrer, was winner in race number 21 when Multi-Starrer went over 1200 meters. Subsequently has had a couple of starts. Race number 74, Multi-Starrer finished on 4th of 8 runners behind Kasha, and last start was in race number 88. The one we are looking at, Multi-Starrer, took the turn in 5th spot, made up a placing and eventually finished on 4th. The winner here was Lucky 9. This was over 2400 meters. Multi-Starrer the mount of Imran Chisti today. Number 2 is Sea Eagle. Sea Eagle has had 3 starts in this season. A 4th placed effort in the first start it had in race number 20 behind Extravagant Star. Then a 2nd placed effort behind Salome in race number 49. Last start, Sea Eagle was in 4th spot. This was over 2000 meters. Then made up a placing and eventually finished on 3rd of 7 runners. The winner here was Champagne Supernova. Sea Eagle again ridden by Arul JH. Number 3 is Jazara. Jazara has had 4 starts in the season, including a win which was in race number 27 when she went over 2000 meters with Balance Home. Then in race number 55 finished on 2nd to Champagne Supernova. The last start was in race number 82, the one we are looking at, where Jazara was on a start to finish mission, but into the last 150 meters was caught up by them and eventually finished on 4th, a close 4th behind Kanna Rashi. Number 4, Snowpiercer, who came down from southern India. Snowpiercer, who had a start that was in race number 72, was in 4th spot, then came up with a run, but Sensational, who has subsequently gained 1, was really too strong for Snowpiercer, but Snowpiercer did the next best thing, finished on 2nd. Today the mount of Suraj Naidu is Snowpiercer. Moving on to the third race of the day, the Caring Minds Cup for horses rated 41 to 66, rated 21 to 46, eligible to be run over a distance of about 1100 meters. First, if you're looking at Superlative, who's had 3 starts, has been knocking on the door. Superlative, a 3rd placed effort in race number 68, then a 3rd place effort again in race number 73. Last start was racing in 7th spot. This was in race number 92 over 1100 meters. Then came up with a very late dash and just got into 2nd place. The winner here was Matangi, superlative the amount of Sonu Mishra. Number 2 is all-time legend who was a winner in an earlier start in race number 8 over 1100 meters. Then in last start was in race number 96 where all-time legend was in 4th spot as they entered the home straight. Then when asked for an effort did not really have much to offer. We eventually dropped back and finished on 9th of 9 runners. The winner here was Liban, all-time legend again the amount of Arman Khan. 3 My Princess, who's had 3 starts and earlier 2 starts in race number 20 finished on 2nd, race number 45 finished on 3rd. Finally came good in the last start where it was racing in 3rd spot, then came up with a big run and eventually just got home by a nose, beating Matangi, who has subsequently won. So that's a strong form lineup for My Princess. Number 4, Matangi, winner of couple of starts in this season, race number 62, race number 92 respectively, and as you saw earlier in race number 78 finished on 2nd to My Princess. The run we are looking at is from race number 95 where Matangi was racing in 8th spot, raced a little green and eventually finished on 5th of 8 runners. The winner here was Sir Baffert. Number 5, Skyforce, Fiero out of Haha Tonka, 3 starts in this season, couple of wins including in race number 9 and the last start in the Guineas finished on 5th. And the last start was on a start to finish mission. If anything, into the last 200 meters accelerated, eventually had about length and a half to spare over a late finishing Gimla. Skyforce today the amount of Suraj Naredu. Number 6 is Aldila. The start we are looking at is from race number 31 where Aldila was racing in 13th spot, a little detached from the field after being a little slowly out. In fact, was almost planted at the gates and really did not take any practical part in this race. Finished on a detached last. The winner here was Winter Agenda. Aldila today the amount of Imran Chisti again. Number 7 is Asagiri, win legend out of Mannat, and after having a lung opener in race number 61 where it finished on 7th, and race number 86 in the hands of Nikhil Naidu, Asagiri really started to sprout wings into the last 200 meters, sliced the field and eventually won the race by 2 1/4 lengths, beating Amalfitana in 2nd. Moving on to the 4th race of the day, the Flamenco Dancer Handicap for horses weighed 21 to 46, grade 1 to 26, eligible to be run over a distance of about 2,400 meters. First up, we got number 1, Good Deeds. Good Deeds has had 3 starts and race number 16 finished on 3rd over 1600 meters to Oh My Sweetheart. Then in race number 59 was a little slowly out of the gates, was in 4th spot, then finished on 6th. Last start went on a start to finish mission. This was over the extended 2000 meters, and Good Deeds, despite drifting out of a straight course, had enough in the tank to stave off the challenge of Veneno and win the race by 2 1/4 lengths. Today the mount of Suraj Naredu. 2 runners which went up against each other. This was from race number 94, No Worry, who was a winner in an earlier start in race number 89. Over here, No Worry was in 4th spot as they entered the home straight, then came up and finished on 3rd in the place. Number 3 was Aretha. This was Aretha's 3rd start. Earlier start in race number 79, finished on 4th. Over here, Aretha, after being in 8th spot for most while, eventually finished on 10th of 11 runners. The winner here was Emperor Shoka. Number 4, The Presence, Multitude out of Southern Fantasy, and what a start this was for The Presence. In race number 60, was in 4th spot as they entered the home straight, then asked for an effort by the jockey and started to respond immediately. Eventually won the race by a length and a quarter, beating Magnite in 2nd. We move on to the 5th race of the day, the Queen Elizabeth II Memorial Cup, Grade 3 for horses 4-year-old and over, to be run over a distance of about 2,800 meters, one of the oldest races in the country. The first 2 runners we are looking at is 3rd Avenue and Ramiel. This is from race number 84. Ramiel was a winner in an earlier start in race number 65. over 2,200 meters, and 3rd Avenue finished on 2nd in an earlier start to Miropi. Over here, 3rd Avenue, after being in 6th spot, came up with a late dash, eventually got into 4th spot, and Ramiel, after taking the turn in 5th spot, stayed on in 5th. The winner here was Diff. Number 3, Amber Knight, multi-dimensional out of Ambrosia. Amber Knight had a benefit of run that was in race number 90, where it went over 1600 meters, was in 5th spot and into the last 200 meters, and eventually finished on 7th of 7 runners. The winner here was Vincent Van Gogh. Amber Knight today the mount of Suraj Naredu. Number 4 is Stormy Ocean, who has had a couple of starts in this season. In an earlier start, finished on 6th. The run we are looking at is from race number 95, where Stormy Ocean was racing in 9th spot, came wide of the track but couldn't really get involved in the place money, just missed out, finished on 5th. The winner here was Global Influence. Stormy Ocean, the mount of Imran Chisti. Finally, number 5 is Mighty Zoo, who's had a few starts in the season. A 4th place effort in an earlier start in race number 34. Last start was in race number 83, where Mighty Zoo was racing in 7th spot when asked for an effort, improved the placing towards the inside and a clustered finish, eventually finished on 6th of 9 runners. The winner here was Dubai Princess, Mighty Zoo, being ridden by Arul GH. That's the lineup for the Queen Elizabeth II Memorial Cup Grade 3 2025. Move on to the 6th and last race of the day, the Hall of Famer Cup for horses race 61 to 86, rate 41 to 66, eligible to be run over a distance of about 1400 meters. First up, we are looking at a couple of runners. True Marshal Galacticus. True Marshal, who has had a couple of starts and unplaced in both starts. Last start was in race number 83, where it was racing in 4th spot when asked for an effort. True Marshal dropped back, eventually finished on 8th. Galacticus was the first start for Galacticus after having a couple of starts during the monsoon season, where finished on 2nd. Over here, Galacticus was in a forward position until the last 200 meters, where dropped back, finished on 7th of 9 runners. Winner was Dubai Princess. 3 runners, La Dominate, Gazino, Dali Swirl. La Dominate, this was La Dominate's 4th start of the season, has been knocking on the doors. A 2nd place effort, a 3rd place effort in an earlier 2 starts. Over here, La Dominate finished on 3rd. Gazino, who's getting a little old in the tooth, but Gazino last start was in 5th spot, stayed on in 5th. Dali Swirl, who's also been knocking on the doors. Over here, Dali Swirl ran a little bit subpar race, raced in 6th spot as they turned for home, then when asked for an effort, ran wide and eventually finished on 7th of 9 runners. The winner was Liban. 2 runners, Dragon's Gold, Sativur. Sativur was a winner in race number 64, was 1600 meters. Last start was a favorite, went over 1600 meters again, was in 4th spot, drifted out of the outer rail and eventually finished on 2nd to Vincent Van Gogh. Dragon's Gold, this was Dragon's Gold 5th start of the season, was a winner in the opening event on monsoon track. Since then, placed effort in race number 51. Over here, finished on 5th of 7 runners. Earth and Salome, we are looking at 2 runners. This is from race number 74. Earth came down from Western India, had a start in the Oaks, finished on way down the field. Last start was in race number 74, where Earth was racing in front until the last 200 meters, were overall by Kasha, but Earth did the next best thing, finished on 2nd. Salome was a winner in race number 49. Over here, Salome was racing in 2nd spot, was chasing Earth, but then eventually last 200 meters dropped back, finished on 3rd. Finally, we got number 10, Natural Grace. Couple of stars during the monsoon season. A win in race number 26 and 2nd place ever in the Phillies Trial Stakes. This season, in the 2000 Guineas, had a start where it was racing in 8th spot. Then came up with a run and eventually beat one home. Finished on 7th of 8 runners. Natural Grace is by Phoenix Star out of Jazzy Jordan, the mount of Arul JH. So that's the lineup for the day, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.